What's up, DFF Army? Ben here, bringing you guys my very first 2023 rookie film breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at Zach Evans, the Ole Miss running back. So without further ado, let's get right. We're going to start by taking a look at one of my favorite parts about Zach Evans' game, which is that he rarely ever gets tackled for negative yards. So on this play, the Rebels are running HB power to the right, and I'll just roll the clip. So this means Evans is going to have a pulling guard number 64 that's supposed to clear a hole for him to run through. But as you can see, that play got blown up pretty quick, so I'll run it back right here. Evans takes the handoff, and the right tackle and the right guard are totally blown off the line by Troy's defensive lineman. So that hole that he's initially looking at right here is totally closed. So rather than trying to make something happen up the middle, he ends up in a tight squeeze out here with these two defenders closing in on him. So Evans does a great job right here of lowering his pad level and doing something called going limp, which is an effective move used by a lot of elite running backs to help neutralize the momentum of the streaking safeties and linebackers. So number 4 here has got all that momentum, and Evans, you can see, just lowers the shoulder, turns his back to the guy, absorbs the whole hit, and then falls forward. So this him turning what should be right here, probably a tackle for loss, into a small gain. And runs like this are really valued by NFL teams, as getting behind the sticks on early downs is a really quick way to stall out an offense. Evans is really just an elite north-south runner and is likely going to have an easy time getting on the field in early down or clear rushing situations. Here, the Ole Miss Rebels are in 10 personnel running a basic inside zone, so you can see there's 4 receivers on the field, no tight ends to help block defenders in the box. So a sizable hole is going to open up over here to the right. I'll roll the clip for you guys. So he bursts through that, and boom, he's off. So this is a great example of some of his burst and his long speed. So he's going to take that handoff, and the hole's right there. It's a sizable hole, and you're going to see him burst through it, and then right here, he pretty effortlessly sort of glides to the outside, and then this is where you see what's really impressive on this play, is that Evans is 4 yards uneven with those guys, and he just plants that right foot in the ground and just turns upfield, gets out of an arm tackle without losing a step, and he's gone. He is 1.5 feet away from taking this to the house. Like if 4 it doesn't stretch out properly, this is a touchdown. So great run by Evans here. Turns on the jets, almost able to take it the distance. Good example of a little bit of contact balance there, a little bit of burst, and some long speed. One of the bigger questions regarding Evans' prospect profile is his ability as a pass catcher, and I am not really that concerned about him catching the ball out of the backfield, at least. So the Rebels are going to be running play action here. I'm going to roll the clip. The offensive line gets blown up pretty quickly, but Evans is in the right spot, ready, makes a good hands catch, turns upfield, and then makes a nice move on a defender. We'll run that back really quick. So he comes out of the backfield, nice hands catch, transitions into being a ball carrier, and then he's going to use this defender's momentum against him. He's going to start to set him up inside, makes him slow down, and then that plant right there, totally gone. Got him. And then boom, falls forward for a gain of a couple more. Great example of Evans coming out of the backfield as a pass catcher, making something happen after. So not worried about him as a receiver. So this right here is Zach Evans' most reposted run of the whole season. So you're going to see it's going to be a power read, which the Rebels run pretty often. And that means that this right tackle and this right guard right here are going to bail on that side, and they're going to pull to the left to serve as lead blockers if the QB reads and keeps the ball. So this usually means Evans is going to have to deal with a free rusher if he gets the ball, which in this case would be, I think that's number 5 right there. But this time, it's all clear for him. So you're going to see Evans is going to get it, and number 5 is totally overplaying that side. So Evans has a whole lot of green ahead of him. And then this is just silly. Evans reaches the second level and just like toasts that DB. Lowers the shoulder, runs through a guy, makes a nice cut, gets upfield, lowers the shoulder again, and falls forward for a gain of a couple more. This is what's really impressive to me. So first, this guy is in perfect position to make a play, number 1 right here. he has plenty of room to come up and make this tackle. So you're going to see he's going to start moving forward, and then Evans just changes his angle a little bit outside. And this is one of his best strengths, is his ability to understand how to manipulate defenders, how to create those angles, and then he just has the physical gifts to absolutely burn those angles once he's created them. So he just toasts this guy to the outside, and it's not even close. Like, he just pretty much runs right around him. So the full head of steam, boom, lowers the shoulder, steps out of bounds right there. He did step out, but puts him right on his ass, recovers in 2 steps, and he's right back up. And then this is another question about Evans, is he doesn't move laterally a lot on film, but this is a really nice juke right here. Nice lateral juke, and then yeah, he's gonna fall forward. So this is really the quintessential Zach Evans run. It's all of his strengths, his power, his understanding of angles. It's all on display in this play. So great run by Zach Evans here. Moving over to a couple plays from the Auburn game. So roll the clip here. Evans is going to get the ball, follow the tight end, and then he's going to cut it back upfield and run through a tackle and pick up a few more yards. So let's run that back. So Evans is going to take this handoff, and he's going to see that lane open up in the B gap right here between the left guard and the left tackle. There's nothing going on the right side. He does a good job staying calm, staying patient, finding the hole. And then once he gets here, this should probably be a tackle for a gain of 3. But Evans has good burst getting through that hole, and he gets wrapped up here. But he shows great lower body strength and balance as he runs right through it, recovers quickly, and starts to turn on the jets, try to get upfield, but he's got a guy right on his back. So not really going to get away from that one, but still runs forward, picks up a couple yards. So nice run there by Evans. So last one we're going to look at as far as strengths go is this run on 3rd and 3 in that same Auburn game. So we're going to see him get the ball on a pitch to the left here. And he's going to take it and get upfield, and then quickly sees 3 totally unblocked defenders in his path. So let's run that back really quick. Catch the pitch, and boom, right here, he's trying to get north and south. That's what his instinct is. But he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys who are currently unblocked. So he does a great job here subtly changing his path to the outside without losing any speed. As you see here, he's changed his angle without losing a step. And then we're going to see him, he's going to stiff arm that corner, beat that tackle attempt as he tries to get the edge. And then this is the really impressive part about this run to me. This little stop-start that you're about to see right here to manipulate this corner into making a tackle attempt. And then Evans is just going to easily clear that corner. So you're going to see he's going to slowly stop, and then he's just going to keep going right around. And number 1 is face in the dirt. And Zach's got a quick recovery here, lowers the shoulder, takes the hit, picks up the first down. Great short yardage run. This is what he really does well. Probably my favorite run that we were going to look at today. It shows his great understanding of angles, which I think is his biggest strength. It shows his ability to effortlessly break tackles without losing any speed, and then the power to finish the run. Situations like 3rd and 3 is where I think Evans is really going to thrive in the NFL. All right, Evans is definitely not a perfect prospect, and I don't want to paint that as the picture. So we're going to go over some of his weaknesses now, starting with this play against Troy. One of the bigger question marks about Evans' profile is his willingness as a pass blocker, which is an essential trait really for young running backs to stay on the field in passing situations. Evans has all the ability and size to be a great pass protector, but sometimes he just shows a lack of effort in those situations. So here we're going to see Evans take the fake, and he's supposed to read the defensive line here. And then if there are any rushers coming free, the idea is that Evans is just going to help out on those guys. So he's going to take the fake, and quarterback gets hit, throws in the dirt. So what went wrong here? Troy is running a pretty simple stunt here with the 2 defensive tackles going over and under each other. You can see they're already doing it at this point. Causes some confusion, leading to that guy getting totally free. Evans is looking right at it. And for some reason, rather than going to pick up that free rusher, he kind of trots forward and then just releases into the flat here. Doesn't have his head turned to the quarterback. He's not a QB-friendly target right now. And he just let number 5 just like get a free run at the quarterback, who tries to make something happen, and this is a dead play. This is a play that really needs to be fixed in the NFL. Coaches in the league are going to have little tolerance for wasted plays that could be prevented with better pass protection from a back. This is how you end up in the RB doghouse, is by letting your QB take hits and wasting downs. So need to see that improve. All right, now moving over to the Alabama game. This was a rough game overall for Evans. He had a big fumble towards the end of this one. This is one of not his weaknesses, but just an inconsistency, and it's got to do with his vision. So I showed a couple clips earlier of Evans doing a good job finding cutback lanes and knowing how to manipulate angles and stuff like that, but his vision can be inconsistent sometimes. So this play looks like a inside zone to the right, with all the linemen taking a big unison step in that direction and then just blocking the defenders that show up in those gaps. So you're going to see a pretty decent hole is going to open up in the B gap between the right tackle and the right guard. Guy motions over, and then right here, the hole is right there. There's a hole right in between those guys, and it's going to get bigger actually as I roll the clip. But this is not a poorly blocked play. You've got your center making his way to the second level. You've got the two guys on the outside. This right tackle is doing a great job pushing 47 and opening up that hole right in between those guys. And then Evans just kind of runs into his own guys here and doesn't really gain anything here. But I'll run that back just so you guys can see. That's a great hole right there. And with Evans's burst that we've seen and his long speed and his ability to run through arm tackles, and this center's got that linebacker pinned, so this could be a touchdown if he sees that hole and is able to explode through it. Runs into his own guys, picks up no more than 1.5 yards. So as a whole, his vision's good, but he struggles with consistency sometimes, and I hope to see improvement on that when he gets to the league, because a play like this, you really want him to get this. All right, we're back at the Texas A&M game here, and we're going to see Evans get the ball on another pitch to the outside, which we saw him do pretty well on that 3rd and 3 against Auburn. So he's going to take the pitch, get a couple solid blocks, burst through the hole, and pick up a first down. So let's run this back and see what he could have done better. So he's going to take the pitch, and this is a good job bursting through this lane. But right here, this is where we raise our question marks. This is exactly what this play is designed to do, is to create this one-on-one with that safety. And yeah, 18's on the inside, but really he's not close enough to make a play on Evans here. So he doesn't really have a move to put on the safety. As you see, he kind of gives this little inside jab that we're looking at right here, and then tries to get around him to the left, but he just gets tripped up and goes down. And that's not what you want to see when you're running a play like this. You're running it so that you can get your running back in a one-on-one with a DB, which is a matchup that they should win 9 times out of 10. And here, he just doesn't have a move for the guy, and the DB wins this one-on-one, which isn't what you want. He picked up the first down. It's a good gain. You're not really going to complain about this. But when we're talking about Evans and how he profiles to becoming like an elite running back, which is what I think really his ceiling is, you want to see a move get put on here, or at the very least, with how powerful of a runner he is, lower the shoulder right here and just like run through that guy, or cut it upfield and use his momentum against him rather than to the outside. That's where all of his momentum's going. So yeah, not a great run by Evans here. Could have been better. Okay, so there's a lot going on this play. So we're gonna see Evans is gonna start by going in motion, and he's going to make a nice catch with his hands here, turn upfield, and really this just looks like a big gain, and he trips up on a guy, and you know that's a gain of 20. You're never going to complain about a gain of 20. So let's take a look at this though and see what exactly is going on. So this is pretty similar to that one pitch. You're throwing the ball out to Evans. This doesn't count as a reception, but it shows that he has the ability to make a hands catch, which he does quite often on film. You don't really see a ton of body catches with him, which is a good sign for Evans as a pass catcher at the next level. Got a couple blocks, and we have the exact same situation we just looked at. He's got a one-on-one with this DB, who is flying towards the sideline right now, and you've got a couple guys on your back who aren't really that close to you, not really going to make a play here. So what I want to see from Evans here is a plant with his left foot, and then I want to see him cut it up towards the middle of the field. Use that defender's momentum against him to make this a big play. Guys like Deuce Vaughn or Devin Akane are probably taking this for 6. Bijan Robinson is taking this for 6. They're going to make that defender look pretty silly. And that's what you want your elite running back prospects to be doing. Instead, Evans goes for this little weak job again and tries to just beat that guy to the outside. And he does a good job hurdling that tackle and not getting hit by it, but he doesn't stay up, so it doesn't really matter. This is not the move you want to see in this kind of one-on-one situation. This should go for 6. There are a lot of prospects in this draft that are going to make that upfield cut that I was talking about. Again, it's 3rd and 11. You're not going to complain about a gain of 20, 25, whatever this wound up being. But when we're looking at Evans as a prospect, these are the kind of plays that you want to see him be making on a more consistent basis, rather than trying to out-race him to the edge and falling on his own. Okay, so we've gone over a couple of Evans's weaknesses now, including his ability as a pass protector and a bit of a lack of lateral agility sometimes, as well as some inconsistent vision. So I think we're just going to end it on this clip right here against Texas A&M, where I'm going to show that he's got a little bit of lateral juice to him, and that's something that I hope that he can improve on. So those last 2 clips showed him sort of not really having lateral quickness, but he's got it. He just doesn't use it as much as I think he should. So I'll run the clip here. They're running another power read. You see that guard and that tackle pulled to the right. Evans is going to get that edge, and I don't know what happens at the end there, but I'm pretty sure this is a touchdown. So yeah, right tackle, right guard, they're pulling to the right. Sorry, left tackle and left guard, they're pulling to the right. Quarterback is reading the defense. He's going to hand it to Evans, and this is that free rusher I was talking about earlier. This time he's there, and Evans just makes him look silly. Runs right around him. This is that elite athleticism that we like with Evans, is that this is like not an advantageous situation to be in, and he just makes it look easy, like just breezes right past him. And then he's going to come up. Here it is again, that same matchup that we looked at in those last 2 clips. He's got a guy on his back and 1 defender coming up with everyone else well blocked. And this is what I would have loved to see Evans do on those last 2 plays, is rather than try to beat him to the outside on this play, Evans is going to plant that left foot and cut it upfield. And look at that. That's a walk-in touchdown right here. Turf Monster gets him. He gets in anyways. I'm pretty sure that's 6. This is what I want to see more of from Zach. I know he's got the ability to make these kind of lateral cuts rather than just trying to beat everyone to the edge. So this is something I want to see him do more of at the NFL level. So that's going to do it for my Zach Evans film breakdown. Overall, I'm a pretty big fan of Evans as a runner. I think he shows great power and great ball carrier IQ. I think he's an elite downhill runner, simply put, with an excellent understanding of angles and manipulating angles. He's shown soft hands on tape as well, and he does struggle with vision and moving laterally sometimes, but I think he's got the ability to do both of those things. As long as he can improve his consistency there, I think he's going to be a really elite rusher at the NFL level. And I think that he's an underrated pass catcher as well. There are some questions also about his pass protection, but I don't know, he's 6 foot 215. I'm sure with the right coaching and some better effort, I think that he's going to improve there as well. So there's a little bit of room for improvement with Evans, but I think there's plenty of elite traits present as well. So my grade for him was a 4.2 out of 5 from a film perspective. Go ahead and check out the article on DFF for the rest of the prospect profile. But a 4.2 is just about, 4.2 out of 5 is pretty much what his final grade is as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you next time. I don't know who we're going to be breaking down, but I'll see you then.